Just gonna double check the audio is all okay. Right, let's try that again. Yeah, double check if the audio is all okay. All right then, hello everybody. Welcome to BRL Season 14, Round 4 here at Silverstone. At the minute, looks pretty dry out there, obviously, but don't know if we're going to be having any sorts of rain later on in this stream here. But right now, though, we have got 17 drivers all lined up here. We've got another name change for Alex. He's gone from Rashik Mills to Alex now to Hank Schrader. So I'll think of this. I'll still call him Alex in a minute, but yeah, if people I don't really get used to Hank Schrader for a minute, but yeah. Anyway, Baz Brains will be the first one to lead us off for some laps here. Goes 8th gear through turn 1. This should be flat for everybody here, and it should be flat. Even in the wet, I think, in this game. But turn 3 looks pretty nice so far, and turn 4 maybe a little bit too early on there. You can even see the grass building up on that front left tyre, but Baz, I think, will probably know that one. Looks going a little slowly here. I think he's on none battery, which is not going to do him any good if he's actually going to try a push lap. But he is on none battery, and he's, well, I mean, he's still going. But now we're into Brooklands, looking pretty good. So far, I haven't really got any complaints on this lap. It's just really the fact that he hasn't really used any ERS this lap, or at least hardly. I'm not sure if Baz is aware of that one, but yeah, anyway, no, okay, he's weaving a bit. I think he's either hearing me on the comms here at the minute, or it would just be him messing about, maybe doing another lap. Just trying to see who else is actually here for the minute. I mean, we have got actually a few new faces. Let's go and rattle this one off real quick. As Pavlos retires for session, that is in the pit lane, I believe, because there's nothing else I can see about it. But anyway, yeah, a few new people here. Yanni, this is someone who I know as well. He is incredibly fast, and we should be seeing him in the fight for pole immediately, really. But yeah, other people as well. Wisburn, he hasn't been here for a long while, but he's come back, and yeah, I think we've got a pretty competitive top 3 at minimum here. Rose, Wisburn, Yanni. You've got other people as well. You've still got Wolfie here, tied for the leading championship at the minute. As you see, our first lap there for Baz Brains doesn't look very representative at all, obviously, with 35-1. That is not very representative from what I'm seeing. There's Mika coming across the line of our heads to see where his lap would have put him. 27.9. Looks like a decent lap so far. What about Yanni, who's going to come across the line shortly? This looks like to be 25s here. Let's have a look from Yanni. There we go, 25.8 already. Paz is already saying, actually, before we started, anyone in the 25s here is insane. And look at that, we got 2 people in 25s here. The 3 laps have already been set. 4th lap now for Kodoy. He is, 4th lap now, yeah, for everybody else. But yeah, Pavlos, you were also allowed in the fight. But yeah, 25s for these guys. I want to see what you do in qualifying. But yeah, can't really see what you're doing in qualifying because you have retired. But anyway, we were seeing other laps coming through there. Kadom and Colpillow within just over a tenth of each other right there, but they are not challenging top 3 in a minute. Blackburne's coming to size up. No, it's not. It's G. Benny. But time that's put in 3rd place. That's not too bad of a time at all. Oh, Red Bull. Good lord. Who's who? I'm getting lost now. Hold on a minute. I'm getting completely lost of who's who now. Right. Anyway, who's went up there now? I think that's Walton. Yeah, Walton ahead of Baz Brains in the middle, obviously. Baz already needs to do another lap. It's actually another face we haven't seen in a long while. Zdario G. I'm not sure how to really wait, that one. Yeah, Alex Sanctuary. Yeah, got that one. Yeah, anyway, no, Zdario G. He is in the top 5 in a minute. Oh yeah, but yeah, Hank Schrader definitely. Well, Alex. I'm just going to have to say Alex. It feels so much more useful to me than just saying Hank Schrader or just Hank. But yeah, he's also in the 5 pole especially. Hasn't raced us actually, I think, the last race, or maybe the race before. But he is back, and he also should be definitely the 5 pole too. We're seeing people that are coming across the line still. Kodai coming in the pit lane there, though. Kado, was he going for a second lap? I don't think he is. He's pulled into the pit lane as we saw him. Rose, yeah, Alex was with the same car. Oh, no, I see. Yeah, that was mainly just some side messages there. We thought that Alex actually left the server initially because his account left the server, and then all of a sudden he is still there, wanting to get invited back in. So that's why something happened there. I was thinking, oh, okay, let's switch around Alex and Rose, not Alex and Rose, yeah, Alex and Wisburn, considering that you know, Alex over here is now gone from the server, but yeah, no, he's back in the server and now he's back racing. So yeah, we've now got 2 very quick people in Red Bull, which is quite scary, but they are quite low down in constructors from what I can remember. So it could be a lot worse. We could have been a much higher team there, but yeah, anyway, we're seeing people complete their laps at the minute. Let's look at Alex here, or I'm going to have to try to say Hank. I mean, it's awful, but I'm going to have to try and say it. But yeah, Hank here now, going to come round to the final couple corners. Looks pretty nice and steady there. No front lockup from what I saw on the off-board camera. Looks pretty steady across the line as well. Is he the 25s? He is well in the 25s there. He currently in pole position. And it's a pretty damn close grid so far. Blackburn obviously will need to set his lap. Wisburn will set his lap. Let's see where Wisburn goes. He's not actually been with us for quite a while, so I don't know if he's be lacking a little bit of pace or not. Let's have a look. See what's the line. 26.5. So he is definitely still in the higher bracket of everybody here. But yeah, maybe he needs that little bit more pace or that little bit more time to get used to the track, and he will be right up there still. Blackburn in the minute, actually. I'm not going to say he's going to get outshone by his teammate, but at 26.9 is not a bad time for his teammate to be at all. Let's see where Blackburn's going to go. He might actually be outshone by him. But pretty close going across the line. Yeah, 26.8. Just goes ahead of him, only by 7.5. So G. Benny, who has been struggling a little bit. He's not been struggling too much, but there's been some races where he would much prefer to be out of them than in. I mean, obviously, look, he's down in. Let me just try and find him in the championship. Yeah, P19. He is one of the lowest point scorers. Oh no, he is the lowest point scorer of the whole grid. And for him to put a time there into P6, lovely stuff from him. Big Rose is going to come across the line now as well. Where will he go? Leader of the championship currently. He goes top now with a 25.5. We are seeing some very quick laps out there. And right now, this 4-way fight up here, looking pretty damn good. I mean, we got Wisman in there potentially as well. I don't know if he's going to get some better laps in. Maybe Blackbone too, I don't know. But maybe Pablos as well. I mean, obviously, he's at the back of the grid right now, but anything could change with a safety car at the right time for him. But, yeah, people are going in a minute. Baz Brains, obviously, needs to be on a better lap here, and he is going to be on a better lap, I'm sure of it. As Blackbone should be sort of coming to the pit lane here. We'll watch Baz Brains. Obviously, didn't really have a rep since the first time. There you go, 3.5 seconds up. And he should gain a lot more coming round at these final couple corners. Let's have a quick look here for Baz. This deploy is completely used, so he's not really going to have much battery at his disposal here. Down the final few corners. Looks to be pretty nice and tidy though. Don't go too wide on that curb. You hear the traction kicking in for him, but it's all okay. Let's see where he goes. He goes P9, so in the midfield. Not too bad for Baz here, who is actually punching well above his weight, I must say. Are the results at Monaco? He is currently P3 in the driver's standings. He's not on the podium, but he has had a P4. And you know what? I think he's actually had a P4, I think a P6, and a P5, from what I can remember. All he's done is amazing, in all fairness for him. And right now, maybe on the exact pace just yet, but I think he's going to do just fine by the time we get into the race. But yeah, Kodo currently 7 thousandths down, as the only car he's really got ahead of him now is the Ferrari here of Zederi OG. I really don't know how to pronounce some of these names when I like this, you know, because I mean, like, how would you say this if you know, if you were a commentator, like, how would you say? Would you just say ZWG, or like how would you say it? It feels like a mouthful sometimes. Compared to some of these guys, I mean, this will be quite easy, obviously. Like Yanni, for example, just called it Yanni. But at the minute, he's catching some traffic here. I'm not too sure if the guy had recognised it. I think it's Baz. There you go. Look, he gets out of the way, at least in the more crucial part of Max Beckett's. First two are basically flat, but there you go. Yanni, 10th and a half down now. Probably has been affected somewhat by that burst here. Let's see what Kodai can do coming across the line. Well, I thought he was on a lap, but now he is not. Baz obviously isn't on a lap anymore. And they go, look, Yanni comes to the pit lane. He might be very happy with what Baz has just done. But obviously, I think we'll see some more times from then. Baz, I think, actually going to start a lap here, unless he's just running for the sake of it. No, he's going to start a lap. We'll be all okay. Henson trying his best to improve on P17 in a minute, but he has said he's really struggled at this track so far. Where is this time going to put him? Well, he goes P9. It's pretty equal with his teammate Kodai in a minute. There's Kodai, I think, is actually, yeah, he's going for his lap now. And meanwhile, Jeremy Sapp comes across the line. He's only P11. He's having a bit of a struggle at the minute there, down near the back. Kadom starting his lap as well. He's Wolfie on the lap currently. He is 10th up as well. So even just 10th and a bit up can put him on the front row. Let's see if he can gain him more time, though, in this final sector. Did he have a bad one? And it could maybe put him on pole. Will it be deceiving, or will it just be that front row spot? What is it going to be for Wolfie? It's close with that front row. And it's very close by only 100th there. And was only half a temp ahead of Yanni as well, who definitely has got some more improvements in him. G. Benny currently half a second up. Hello, a minute. Hello. Wow. Said Dario G come across the line there. He's going to go P9, splitting both the V-Carbs. Just to ask you know who that trainer is. I recognise the name. I could not tell you who it was from my memory. But anyway, G. Benny goes ahead of his teammate. Not too bad there. Let me do a quick Google search because I feel like I should know. But, yeah. 1 second. Yeah, there you go. That's clicked now. Okay, that's clicked a lot now. I haven't actually watched too much of Breaking Bad, that's why. I still really know his surname. But, yes, I do know who Hank is now. Right, okay. I've got it. Right, sorry. Anyway, why is I got me giggling so much? I don't even know. But, yeah, anyway, Wisburn is going to start his lap as well. Who else going on laps in a minute? Wolfie on his in-lap there. Is that Derry? I don't know if I should pronounce the last bit there. I don't know. I'm nearly at the end of season 1, in all fairness. The only issue is, though, is that I can never really feel like I can pick up series. It's quite difficult for me. Like, sometimes I quite like to just watch a movie and feel like I've done a lot there. But if I watch, like, a series where it's got, like, a bunch of episodes of one season, then you got multiple seasons on top of that. It feels like I only watch, like, 2 episodes of a season. It feels like I'm just done. I don't want to watch anymore. Like, I don't feel like I actually bring myself to watch, like, several episodes in a season. I can't find myself watching, like, I don't know, like, 6 episodes in a row. That would feel like way too much on me. It'd be, like, too much information. But, yeah, I don't know. That might just be me anyway. But, yeah, no, I've got to get on to actually watching Breaking Bad. I'm nearly at the end of season 1. I think I've got 1 more episode left. But, yeah, hopefully none of you spoiling that. None of you should be spoiling there, okay? And then if you do, I'm just going to ignore it. I hope. You know, I'll just be like, whatever. Although, to be fair, I mean, it's been out for a bunch of years now, so I guess I should be kind of wary of spoilers. Anyway, enough of Breaking Bad. We're on qualifying. Wisburn was 2.5 tenths up there, so he has got more time left in him. I think he can do this lap and go back round again to come into the pit lane if he wants to, but I don't know if he'll be wanting to do that. No, he will do that. Whoa, really? Walter Heisenberg? I didn't know that one. Yeah, thanks, mate. Really didn't know that one. But yeah, Wisburn anyway, coming around the final corner. He's only 2 tenths up, but he has to now quickly send it back to the pit lane. Otherwise, that'll be his last lap. And Yanni, in a minute, actually, I think he's doing his last lap. Oh, Wisburn is... I think he's trying to DNF himself here. Yeah, he's trying to DNF himself. He knows that was it in terms of his laps. Just wanted to have a quick look at that one. But hey, don't park it up. I want to get disqualified. Just telling you now. Wisburn, don't get disqualified, man. Wisburn. Okay, well, I'll leave him there. He might want to get disqualified, I don't know. But Yanni now, only a couple hundreds down. He will need a bit more improvement on this lap. And there we go, he's disqualified. Don't know if anything's happened to Whisper, maybe in real life there, but he has just sort of parked it, and that's about it. But anyway, Yanni has still got a chance of doing a better lap, but that is not how you want to take the Vale chicane, and he has backed out. He might have one more chance at it if he's got the fuel, but I don't think he will. Yeah, there you go. Look, the fuel light is flashing. He's not got a battery. That is it for Yanni as well. Two of our, well, who was going to be top 5 contenders, one now disqualified, because he just sort of parked it. But anyway, Ben, come around the final corner. He's got to be careful to invalidate it. And there we go. We finally got times from everyone who's at least gone out there once. Obviously, Whisper set his time. Pablo didn't go out at all. But yeah, Yanni, I think, is done. He might try to give his teammate a tow. But right now, there is also no teammate. I just double-checked that. There is no teammate. I'm being an idiot. But anyway, what is going on here? I do not know. I don't think any of these guys are on laps, I think. Although Kadom is. I don't think he got blocked at all. But Kadom, hopefully for his sake, has not been blocked. And look at that. A lot of people actually coming out at a pretty close bit here. I mean, I'm seeing about 6 or so cars in this second sector at the start of it. But yeah, anyway. So I can't get bloody Breaking Bad out of my... I can't get it out of my bloody mind now. What the hell's going on? Anyway, Kadom is going to keep going. Looks like he actually clipped too much that curb on the inside there towards Cops. Let's see how his time is looking. Chip to the 7th. Looks pretty nice so far, but it's looking pretty laggy as well. I'm not too sure why it's just Kadom here as well. I haven't really seen others lagging this badly. But he's 3.5 tenths up, getting a little bit of a tow here for Yanni, I think, as well. And look at that, he's got a pretty nice tow, actually, from the Williams driver. Hopefully for him, the Haas in the final sector is going to move out the way or start his lap. He will move out the way here. What is Kadom going to do coming into these final few corners? Let's have a quick look. He wants to try and maybe aim for a top 10. Looks a little bit shaky coming out of that final corner. Let's see where he goes. Only 10th up, does not improve on his position, I believe. Let's see who else is going at the minute. Yanni obviously retires from the session. He is done. Rose and Hank at the minute is going. Henson 10.5 up. He can also improve on his position quite well. Ben, obviously, he should be done by now. I think the actual checker flag is it out yet? No, it's not out yet. So I think Ben actually, yeah, he's going for one more lap. He was fueled up for 2 laps. He has a chance to improve again. Henson going down towards Cops. I think he'll be the first person to set a time from what I believe here. Yeah, he is. Only 12 seconds left in the session. Some people need to get a move on. Jerry Sapp, the main one, but he's invalidated this time. Has he invalidated both? He is not invalidated both. This is now everyone that is on the track are on their final laps from what I know. And here we go. Checker flag is waving. Henson, is he up on his time? He's 3 tenths up. That can put him ahead of a couple of people at the minute. But obviously, everybody right now improving on their current times. Who else is improving on their current times? Is Hank improving their current time? No, he's not. He's invalidated. He'll probably still go to the end of the line with his time and see what it does, at least for his confidence. By the end of this qualifying session, our heads are looking a little bit shaky coming around the final corner. Is his time going to improve? 3.5 tenths up. He goes to P7. Nice left from him. Will Hank improve on his time at all? He wouldn't have. So that's actually pretty good for the guys around him. But Rose, look at this, 2 tenths up. Can he hold it together for the final corner? He's in 4th gear. Not sure if it's a required one there, but it doesn't matter to him. He's going to go to pole position at the minute unless Wolfie can stop him. Let's see. Is he up on his time? No, he's 2.5 tenths down at the minute. Who else going to the line here? Is it Derry? He's going to go ahead of our Henson. Once again, it's Jeremy Saff now. Is it Ben? No, Ben coming to the line. Where is he going to go? He's going to stay in his same spot. G. Benny finished at 5th at the minute. Can his teammate Blackbone usurp him at all? Let's have a quick look. Across the line he goes. He can't usurp him here. We got a new number 1 driver over at... Oh my god, we've got a new number 1 driver over there. But anyway, just got put went across the line there. He's only P13. Wolfie invalidated. Jeremy Saff goes into P8. There's a spinning Salvador Wolfie at the end. And wow, there you go. Bit of a more anticlimactic one there. Rose realistically was the one to improve his time. The rest invalidated or made mistakes. But the stand-up performance here, G. Benny. Easily. Absolutely easily, it's G. Benny. My goodness me, what a time from him to go P5. Really great stuff. I actually can't get Breaking Bad out of my head now. It actually sucks. I don't know what to say. Oh my god. But anyway. Yeah, this one's pretty great. Rose on pole by a couple of tenths. Brilliant stuff from him. Hank alongside on the front row. Wolfie P3 and Yanni P4 with G. Benny and Blackbone having a Hungarian third row. Zed Derry in P7, Jerry Sapp P8, Arhenson P9 and Kodai P10, both of them looking at the fifth row for VCARB. Baz Brains P11, Ben P12, Just Carpillo P13, Kadon P14, Walter P15, Pablos and Wisburn, one failing to set a time, the other getting disqualified from the session. And, yeah. Ooh, I mean, we've already got a slight argument here between Wolfie and Kadon. Kadon, I think he was trying to give Wolfie a toe from what he was saying, but Wolfie not really liking that one, going onto the track and giving it a bit of dirty air. But I'm not too sure what the weather's like, but I'm assuming it's fully dry, considering that there's been no shouts of rain. Obviously, we don't know what it can really do, even on approximate weather. I entered Australia. I wore Antonelli's helmet and came 7th. I switched to Hamilton's and crashed twice. I'm now back of Antonelli's. I mean, in all fairness, you've got a decent qualifying position, so just see where it goes. Maybe his titanium dioxide next to it. God's sake. Oh, my God. Okay. Well, we'll see anyway. We're going to see the 5 red lights soon enough. Let's have a quick check. There should... Well, actually, quite a lot of people are going onto soft tyres here. I'd be like I answered here, maybe going onto a set of hards instead of softs, but I think a lot of people, that they're now switching their strategies up a little bit. I don't think softs are the way to go, in all fairness. I mean, I think you could take them 11 laps. I think that's the maximum you can really take them. I definitely know it was a strategy that I used to do, which is 15 laps on mediums, 11 laps on softs. Don't know how well it works in this game, but we might see some soft tyres. Let's have a quick look as we go to the 5 red lights. Rosie on pole, Hank alongside him. Very long lights, and it's underway here, and there we go. Rosa got some really nice start. Hank really to cover off. Oh, they're inside each other. Okay, never mind. Right, anyway, Wolfie gets ahead of Hank. Not sure what happened there. Car's wide in the background, but let's see Hank. Is he going to try and make a move? No, Yanni is, though. On the inside here, very close to the pair of them. Look at Blackbone go. Amazing stuff from him. He's up to P4, only momentarily here, as I think Yanni might try and get him back on the outside here. Let's have a quick look. And it's very tight between the pair, but Rose out in front pretty damn well so far. Yanni and Blackbone, they're fighting each other. Blackbone black out. They're in Blackbone. Oh my God, I can't speak. But anyway, Blackbone has a little bit of contact with Yanni there. And meanwhile, further down the back of the field, Jerry Sapphire Henson, both of them are going at it. And Kadon's on the inside and spins Jerry Saff. I think it was 3 wide there. I don't think Jerry Saff even knew he was there. Kadon, unfortunately for him, just was involved in an accident, which, I don't think he was actually fully at fault in there. I don't know. I think he was just sort of there as a passenger. Look at those two going side by side through cops. Baz Brains and Ben JB there. Baz, unfortunately, not having the best qualifying, but let's see where he can make it up in the race. I think other people are going wide there as well. I think Kodoi was the one ahead who was going a little bit wide. Kano as well was having a little bit of a struggle here, having to hold off Baz at the minute. But right now, it's pretty even out the front. Wolfie got ahead of Hank there. And Blackburn ahead of G. Benny at the end of things. Let's see what the tyres are on so far. Actually, no, we're going to look at the positions gained. And my goodness me, look at that. Pablos in a new Golf Williams, in fact. He is up a lot of positions already, up 7, as Wisman tries his best to go up a few more places, cuts the curb a little bit, gets some very big tanks. I'm going to be very careful, and he has to lift off quite a bit, and that's just cold pillow through. Very, very tight for Wisburn there. And right now, it's a bit unfortunate they've actually so far down the field. He looks like he's got some great pace so far. Pabloso in that Golf Williams actually looks really nice in game. I did not think it looked this nice, but yeah, look at that. Lovely. Sorry, I'm just noticing some of this stuff now. But anyway, yeah, Baz Brace gets back past Kadon here. Any moves can be made down towards Brooklands and Lovefield. Don't think anything's really been made so far. There might be one here, though, as Ben sends on Kadon, and he does get through. Kadon, I don't know if he's struggling a little bit here with some damage, maybe. I don't know if there's any visible damage on his car, but maybe a tiny bit of damage on his car from that little bit of contact there with Jeremy Saff. Pavlos is already past our heads before he gets to Cops. Who else is maybe trying to look for a move here? Don't think anybody is near the back of the field, but unfortunately, Jeremy Saff, down in last place. The good qualifying comes to nothing once again for Jeremy Saff, and it's unfortunate, but it's sometimes part of racing here. But yeah, right now I've got a little bit of a DRS strain being broken up a little bit by Blackbone as he's falling away from the top 4. Wisman is now back past just Colpillo here, and I think he should be all okay. Kadon will be the one now to maybe watch out from the charging Red Bull behind, and Pablos as well, really doing good at the minute, but he's stuck in a bit of a DRS strain, I think, so far. at the minute with Zederi, G. Benny, and a Blackbone. Hence also behind him, Kodoy, Bazbrains, everyone here actually is in that DRS train other than the Soul Alpine running in the back of the field. It's unfortunate, but yeah, can't do too much now. Just has to go and race with that for the minute. But yeah, right now, actually, you have to say, Rose doing pretty damn good at the minute. Is a set of tyre change between these guys out in front. There is a tyre change. Most of these guys are running mediums, but yeah, here's a pretty obvious outlier. Wolfie on a set of soft tyres. I'm assuming he'll be going to a set of hards by the end of this racing, because I don't think we'll be able to do too many laps on those soft tyres, especially starting on them. I think they'll be quite rough. And yeah, I mean, the same for most of these other guys here. Zed Derry should have them drop off quite quickly. Bazbrains too, Walton too, all those guys probably should be struggling quite a bit after a couple more laps. Henson should be struggling at least initially, but he's still at P9. It's still attached to the DRS train. He's doing great so far, and every single one really on the mediums as well. They should be all okay as well. But Wisburn, I think unfortunately for him, doesn't really get as many positions gained as he wanted. Kadon ahead of him, probably irritating him a bit now. If he gets a 3-second penalty, forced track limits, I think he's already trying to break out there, Wisburn, and there you go. I think he's now ahead of the McLaren. Yes, he is. And Kadon now have to look at just Colpillo further down the field and see if he is going to be able to be a threat to him. But right now, yeah, look, Pablos catching a bit more to Zed Derry, and there you go, look, Zed Derry, I think he's actually struggling for a bit of front end now, already, and we're only 3 laps in. It's quite hard to actually have your soft tyres last here, and Pablos thinks about a move to the inside. He's going to commit to it, but I think it's a back out late on there, as Zed Derry did not even think about doing that. And there you go, hold on a minute, Wolfie, I think he's had some sort of spin or whatever, but whatever it is, look at that, and Rose now, 1.4 second gap. There is DRS for Hank, but he now has to push like hell if he wants to get back into that lead DRS train. And I think these guys here, he'll need to work together if they all want to try and make sure they are going to be in the fight for the win still. Pablos really closing up to Zed Derry once again. Let's see if he's going to be able to go around the outside into Luff. Or is it? I think it's Luffield. Yeah, it is Luffield, that one. I believe. And I think it's Brooklands first. I still need to learn my core names. I say this every single time we come to Silverstone. I need to learn them. But here we go. Pablos on the inside. It's going to be... oh, my goodness me. I couldn't even speak. Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be hitting space. But Zed Derry close to the door once again. But goes wide himself. So, yeah, very unlikely he was going to make that one. Sick, at least. So, yeah, Pablos, better for him to back out of that one and at least live with his front wing fully intact. But, yeah, as I was saying, Hank has actually gone up to... the back of Rose once again, with much less battery, mind you, but everyone has done it, and there you go, look, Wolfie, early into the pit lane. So this is what I was saying with these soft tyres. Don't think it was really worth it, unless it's going to be a really nice undercut for him. I'm not too sure why he's done this, and look, people here are also really losing time on these soft tyres already. I mean, Zed Derry, he's sticking with G. Benny in a minute, but G. Benny also has lost time to Blackburn ahead of him. Blackburn obviously has lost time to the top 3, which makes sense. They've had DRS each lap. But, yeah, Bazbrains lost a lot of time to Henson, who, yes, is in a DRS train still, but their soft tyres just burn out so quickly. And I think he might be under threat from some of these guys sooner rather than later. Pablos still trying his best to get ahead of Zed Derry in a minute, but he's got no battery to really do so. Zed Derry, he's got a lot more battery to play with. G. Benny as well, starting to struggle quite a bit as well, with not really much battery to play with either. So, yeah, quite a lot of these guys, I think Zed Derry, despite being on the soft tyres, might be one of the best positions here. And Pablos, so he's trying his best to get a better position in this race. But look, he's wide again with that dirty air, washing him out. But now I actually think about it, I don't know if I've ever seen this camera angle before. That is a really nice camera angle. Not sure if I was actually had it in this game, but it's very nice. Yeah, I've been going on some tangents in this one. Sometimes DRS trains are not really the most thrilling thing in the world, but yeah, here you go, look. Pablos now trying to make a move, but he's still not got a battery. And Zed Derry does. Is saving ahead of him here as G. Benny's on very little battery left. But now, look, Zed Derry a little bit wide here. Pablos looks to be going on the inside. He's going to try and send it on the inside. Pablos rear locks on his tyres, but it looks like he's going to get a switchback going. Slightly taps the back of that Ferrari. Is there space for the parent through the final corner? It is definitely space for them through the final corner. But look at that, Zed Derry really closing up even towards turn 1 because he just has that much more electrical power in that car. But no, Zed Derry is through, and now he's going to maybe have to look backwards here as Henson doing his best in the V car to try and catch up there. Having a little bit of a slide though on exit. I think he's going to try his best here, but he goes really wide. There probably still isn't that much front grip in those hard tyres, but look at how much time Zed Derry's losing. He's losing so much here at the minute, especially compared to Pablos. Pablos is really getting held up by him. Meanwhile, Wisman and Kodoy having their fight down the back of the field. Wisman makes sure not to go too deep there, just pushes the track limits, but he is all okay there in the Red Bull. And also, once again, on the hard tyres, and he's going to close up to the next hard tyre runner sooner rather than later, I think, as well, as Bad Brains struggling still in those soft tyres. I think Wisburn will be clearing him this lap if things go as they are right now. Our heads are getting close to being out of that DRS range. I don't think he wants that one. He might not have just got it, you know. Let's have a quick look with our heads. This will be quite key, actually, because it will give Wisburn a bit of a chance to close up. And yeah, there you go. Look, Hazard, not Hazard, sorry, our Henson, no DRS for him. And yeah, I don't even know how I even said Hazard. But anyway, Hank in the pit lane, only lap 6. So many people should probably have a lot of faith in the hard tyres. Yeah, actually, as I say that, there you go. Look, Wolfie is on the hard tyres as I'm saying this. Pablos in the pit lane too. Very quick stint on the medium tyres, but I think he now sort of realised he gets stuck otherwise, and he is in. Zed Derry on the soft tyres though, he's going to continue on for a minute. I don't really thought some of these guys would have come in earlier, but no, yeah. Right now, Pablos in the pit lane. He's going to a set of hard tyres as well. I think we've got Kodoy here probably coming to a set of hard tyres too. Yeah, everyone on the hard tyres. So, quite expected in all fairness, because the undercut in this game, incredibly powerful. But I don't think I really expected this much from some of these guys. I mean, yeah. Obviously, I could expect it from some of these guys higher up the field. And now, actually, Hank has got very close to Wolfie. Walton here could really decide where these guys actually end up after the pit stops to see what Walter could do, at least for his own race here, because he's just running his own race. I don't think he's really going to be too fussed about what Wolfie and are doing. Let's have a quick look. He's got, realistically, gotten absolutely no grip through some of these corners. There you go. I think he actually just let him by there, Walton. That's like an incredibly easy overtake for him. And yeah, Hank behind here should be clearing that Haas as well very, very quickly. He goes wide once again. I think, look at the run that he's got, and there you go. Walton pulls to the side there and lets the Red Bull through, and that is completely expected, as our Henson now past Zed Derry. So I think this got to be decided here for Zed Derry to come into the pit lane, and is he going to do now? He is going to now, and yeah, now he's got Wisman behind him here, our Henson. Both of them on the same tyres, so probably fighting for a little bit of pride at the minute, but I think right now, considering Wisman's pace in qualifying and the race, our Henson might actually benefit from letting him by here. Let's have a quick look. As we go into the first couple of corners, he's saving battery, hence up ahead by, I don't think he'll be able to really catch G. Benny here in time, who's also actually quite struggling. Walsall gets a penalty as well. As Zed Derry onto a set of mediums. Quite interesting, to be honest. Zed Derry probably going for a 2-stop then. Yeah, compared to everybody else who's normally, I think, going to go for a 1-stop now. As, yeah, there you go, look, Wisburn is past and through on our Henson. Our Henson will probably try his best to get DRS back before he loses it immediately. Wolfie past Kadom there. Kadom probably a bit of a tough choice here, as Hank now on the inside. It looks like he's let him through there. Kadom already trying to focus on the exit here. He's trying to keep tabs with him on his medium tyres. And yeah, there you go. Those two are through with very similar batteries as well, might I add. But yeah, they're both through, and they're both doing all right so far. Again, yeah, none of them's got a penalty at all. And look at that, actually. Wisburn really flying in this race. Now he's exposed to much of the traffic. He's already out of DRS range of our Henson. Look at that. He's going to try and make a move on G. Benny. G. Benny just lets him by there, I think. G. Benny thinking he's not in this race. Yanni, though, in the pit lane, trying to make a bit of an undercut call, I think, on Rose. Let's see if that one's going to work out. G. Benny, too, in the pit lane there. Makes sure not to speed, and he does not speed. Wisburn now is going to carry on. Anybody else in the pit lane? Baz Brains in the pit lane on those soft tyres. He was the only person actually left on those soft tyres, as Zed Derry hit the previous lap, but no, he is done now. And Zed Derry, look, there you go, he's passed Jeremy Saff. Unfortunately, Jeremy, not really too much going on for him in this race. He has a sort of stick out there on his tyres a minute, just hope for the best, I think. But yeah, Kadom now on the hard tyres. Most people here on the hard tyres. Interestingly enough, though, Baz Brains on a set of mediums. He might be doing a 2-stop here as well, but I also really want to rule out a 2-stop some of these guys. Yellow flagged out there, though. Ooh, Ben. Big issue there. Not sure that's happened, but I think He's dropped it coming out of the exit turn 4 towards turn 5. Unless there's a puncture on this car, actually, that could be a bit of a thing. So always have to be very close here between him and Yanni. Yanni just manages to stay pointing the right way. I don't know what's going on with Ben here, but it looks like he's struggling quite a bit. I don't know if there's a puncture on that car at all, but no, I think he's all okay at the minute. But yeah, definitely struggling on them tyres. We did see him off on the grass on the left-hand side of that turn. So yeah, I definitely assume there's some sort of issue with his rear tyres, or it's just the fact that he's got no traction left in his tyres at all. But right now we're going to maybe see a move here between Hank and Wolfie. They've got to remember that they've got Rose Blackburn to still contend with at the front, maybe Rose. So I think here, yeah, they'll sort of work together here. Just use DRS to their advantage for now and just sit there until we get to those last couple of laps. That's what happens really with most of these things. Let the undercut work out, and then as soon as we start struggling, that's when you start fighting each other. But yeah, anyway, what else is going on so far? Zed Derry doing amazingly so far on the two-stop strategy, what I believe it is anyway, as he gets past G Betty lets him go, and Kodoy as well, maybe getting Baz Brains here for company 2 as he's on two-stop. Ben into the pit lane here finally, and he is on to that set of hard tyres. I think he'll be going to the end of the race as well, as long as his tyre wear isn't too bad. But yeah, he'll probably dropping down quite a lot of positions here. He'll be dropping down behind Colpillo, maybe behind Kadon as well. Depends on how close he is by the exit. Let's have a quick look. On board with Kadon here. He's going to be on the right of us a second. There you go. And he is actually behind Kadon. Walton, I think, will be safe in a minute. But no, Jemmy Sapp actually. Another person I said to maybe try and stick out there. No, he's unfortunately just running test laps out there in a minute from what it looks like. He's just on a set of hard tyres, hoping something could go his way for once. And there you go. Bassways, I think actually he's just made a move round the outside of Kodoy. From what I'm seeing there at least, Bassways obviously on the outside, turning to the inside. I assume it was the outside of Luffield. I think Kodoy's going to be very happy with that one. He's really swerving there. Not sure Baz just got no battery, but that looked like a incredibly easy move there for Kodoy, and he gets back through up into P11. Baz, interestingly enough, not really taking advantage of his tyres just yet. Wolfie and Hank, though, side by side. I was going to say them work together, but no, not at the minute. Hank forced onto the curb a little bit, and then losing time to Henson, who's going to be rubbing his hands seeing this battle. Obviously, I don't think he really wants to get involved in this. Look at him go. Basically touching tyres at the minute. Look at him still. Side by side with turns 1 and 2. Yanni with a fast up as well. Hank just on the inside there. He's going to try and force Wolfie that little bit wide. He is. Wolfie back on the inside though. Is there contact between the pair of them? There is not. But Hank goes a little bit wide there. Did Wolfie get DRS of Henson? Yes, he has. Henson doesn't want any part in this. Just look at the back of his car. It's one car, two car. Both of them go through. Hank tries to go for that send, but there you go. He cuts corner too much there. That was pretty easy to see. And he now gets a 3-second penalty. Maybe you could argue for one of them, but I don't think much that'll be of his concern right now. His main concern is going to be getting past Wolfie. And look at that. Wolfie really forcing him to the inside there. Is he going to commit? He's going to commit. It's so closely the pair of them. Don't know how that wasn't a collision, but Hank still remains in P5. He's going to try and go around the outside here into... Oh, has he been contacted? Maybe, oh my God, I can't even commentate straight there. But I think he's had a little bit of contact between the pair of them. And now Yanni, look at that, even with that little weave there, he knows he's through. Oh, Blackbone off the track. Has he made contact with Whisper at all? What has happened to Blackbone? No, he's got a puncture on his left front. There you go. He's got a puncture, and that is his race. I think pretty much done. So I think he also got damage in all that. Yeah, you go the 10-second penalty as well. Rose in the pit lane, and meanwhile these two are still fighting. Hank with a great exit. He is now through. Wolfie now trying to go on the inside. It is so close. Between the pair of them, say contact. There is contact, and Hank is half round. Oh, Henson loving this. I'm sure of it. Yanni of all people is now through. Rose is behind all of these guys. But with the way they're all fighting, this is insanity. I mean, surely they'll all be getting close up to each other again. Henson now has sort of let Hank by, and I think he is going to now. There we go. Hank with hardly the ERS spare, and Henson's just trying to stay alive in this one, I think, now. But, yeah, Wolfie now is on the back of Yanni. And after his fight there with Hank, yes, interesting stuff there. But right now, Ben and Kadom actually having a nice fight at the back of the field here too. Seeing their names constantly switch. Kadom on the inside here. Looks like he's got the move done. And he has got the move done, in fact. Pretty nice move there from Kadon. And we're going to see Ben now. He's going to try and maybe get back on him. He's got the line open on the outside. And Kadon goes a little bit deep, but I think he's going to be able to get that corner all well and done there, sorted. G. Benny as well, actually sticking with the two-stopper of Zed Derry. Not doing too bad either, but now, yeah, Wolfie having to close up that bit more. Our Henson, for his sake now, is going to have Rose closing up to him. He's got everyone closing up to him in a minute. Is that someone in the pit lane? Yeah, it is Hank. I don't know if he's got damage at all, but no, he's in the pit lane. Is there a retirement here for Hank in the end of things? I don't know. Let's go for another set of hearts. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Surely he's have a set of hearts by the end of this race. I don't know why he pit though. Unless there is actual damage on that car. Let's have a look. No damage from what I'm seeing. He's on another set of hearts into the race. Don't know why. Definitely thought he could have maybe made that one to the end, but yeah. Another thing I wanted to mention here, Blackbone off that puncture off the track. You get a flag out there. Is that Kadon? Yeah, it is Kadon. Unfortunately for him, he's on the track too. So yeah, Hank, he's going to come out in what, P12, P13, as Rose there easily past our Henson. We expect that move coming there. They go, look, Hank right now, closer to Cold Pillow. It's a pretty big fall from where he was fighting from. And yeah, he's got a lot to make up in this race now. Yanni Benito still leads surprisingly, in all honesty. I mean, he was doing a solid race, but yeah, I mean, Wolfie and Hank, obviously, with that contact, has basically brought Yanni into it. Maybe he brought Wisman into it. I don't know yet. Wisman doing some pretty nice pace out there and is still in the lead of this race. Obviously, maybe not for long with those hard tyres. He'll probably come into the pit lane in about 1 or 2 laps time by the time these guys catch. But obviously, fresh medium tyres, we'll have to see how that one goes in the end. Blackburn, though, down back in the field, I think he's going to hate himself for that puncture. He'll need to try and keep going on this tyre. Look how close he's getting to Kodoy. The commitment and also the tyre wear. Much less on that Aston Martin. Look how close it's between the pair of them. Blackburn trying to go around the outside. There is contact. That might be definitely some sort of words there for him. Kodoy span round. I think that was a lot more the fault of Blackburn for what we were seeing there. But now Kodoy's got to be very careful as Cold Pillar goes back onto the track. Yeah, he's all okay. I don't think Blackburn really should have closed the door that early. Anyway, though, we'll have to wait and see for all the reports to come in. But right now, though, Wolfie dropping a lot of time, actually, to Yanni out in front. Is he on just no battery? I don't know what's happening here. Yeah, Wolfie just... He's at 100% battery. Is he using it at all? No, he's not using it at all. Look, he's still on none. Oh, no, he's finally on medium here, but he's lost so much time to Yanni to the point where it's like, are we... I'm not too sure what's going to happen here. I mean, obviously, a couple of older hard tyres as well, but it can't be that much of a difference here for Wolfie. Obviously, had a little bit of a spin, I think, as well, with Hank. Definitely quite a lot of sliding going around, but no, look, he's now under threat from Rose. Maybe he just forgot to turn the battery back off again and turn it on, but now he's on turn it on here as Rose is knocking at his door for that P3 spot. Rose trying to go around the outside, can't make it move in a minute as Pablos now is past our Henson, goes to fences here. Wolfie, will Rose try and go around the outside? He doesn't, but look at the flouncing at the curb that Rose tries there as he wants the inside line instead of the outside. Wolfie holding on to the position so far, but yeah, P3 at the minute, might be P4 after Rose gets past here, because I'm sure it'll be a matter of when, not if. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it's really struggling now, actually, Wolfie. He's got to be very careful with his defensive driving here. And Rose is trying to look for a switchback. Wolfie covers off very well. And let's see what is going to happen down this straight. Surely Rose will have the measure of it now. Wolfie tries to go to the middle of the track. Makes it awkward for Rose. Rose not really got much straight line speed in that house, though. And Wolfie still defending it pretty well, but he's gone a little bit too deep now. And Rose, trying to go back around the outside, turns to the inside. Kano retires for a session there in the pit lane. And let's see what else is happening here down towards Cops corner. Wolfie and Rose really fighting it out. Rose, is he trying to go around the outside at Cops? No, lifts off. But Wolfie now really annoying the Haas car here, as he was really the man for the lead here, Rose. He should have been the one catching Yanni, and now Wolfie is the one defending for Yanni at this rate. Wolfie trying his best on a 10 lap on hard tyres. He's got a lot to go to the end, mind you. So unless it's a two-stop, I don't know what he's trying here. Wolfie was on the grass. He's covering Rose once again. Rose surely has this one now around the outside. He must have it. And he does have it. Will Wolfie now come into the pit lane? Surely he will. Yes, he will. And Wisford as well will come into the pit lane. This will inherit. This will have Yanni inherit the lead after... Well, I mean, we haven't really talked about him too much, obviously, because he's just been sort of out in front at the minute, and he's done, well, wonders right now. He has basically been not involved in all the scuffles in this race, and he's managed to make it work. Our Henson also into the pit lane. No punctures on these guys, is what I'm seeing. But yeah, they took their tyres quite a long time there, 15 laps on the hard tyres. Some people might take them even longer here, Pavlos as well. The main one who I'm looking at. But these guys here, they're losing a lot of time here now. Wisford, will he come out ahead of Blackbone? He will just not. But he's in a little bit of a trade here with G. Benny and Zed Derry, actually. He's managed to find himself into 4th place. I mean, but look at that little trade we got forming. Another 2 cars right behind it there, Baz and Hank. Hank trying to recover in this race. Let's see now, G. Benny and Blackbone. These two are getting very close together. Blackbone not really with a straight line speed in a minute. Blackbone trying to go for the move on his teammate. He's going to make the move on his teammate. He's only moves further back here for Wisburn. Wisburn trying to go running outside in the fresh medium set of tyres. Let's see, is he able to do it here? G. Benny got to sleep in the room, and I think he has. And there you go, look, Wisburn is closer, actually. I was going to say he's going to be able to make the move here, Wisburn, but no, he's very close. And there you go, G. Benny now is done for. Blackbone goes wide as well. This will be another move possibly for Wisburn, but no, he backs out for the time being. Blackbone just needs to be a little bit careful how he plays this one now. Would he want to overtake Zed Derry immediately or back up Wisburn just a little bit more if he can? Let's have a quick look. I'm assuming he'll have to overtake him now, as he'll be pretty much vulnerable if he tries to do it. Look at the switching going from left to right here. Wisburn now on the inside. Would he make it 2? Overtakes in 1 corner. It looks to be very close to the pair of them. Blackbone just holds that position at the minute. Zed Derry comes into the pit lane. Wisburn on the inside. Blackburn gives him the space there. When he's trying to go running outside here, Wisburn is very tight between him and the Aston Martin. It looks close, and it is close, but it's just enough for Blackburn to hold on to his spot for now. Hamilton's to the pit lane now. I think he was on that 2-stop strategy in the end. And yeah, he's on another set of hard tyres in this race. Zed Derry also on that 2-stop strategy. He is now in the pit lane, also set of hards to the end. And there's the move for Wisburn on the inside. Blackburn was not expecting that one, surely. And he hasn't expected that one. Blackburn now with no DRS. He's got DRS to play with, maybe. But look, he's going to be pulled away here by the Red Bull. And here you go, Hank's out on the inside trying to challenge him. It's going to be close to another Red Bull. And look at this, both Red Bulls might overtake the Aston Martin in one go. Does Hank have the grip around the outside? He doesn't. You can see a little wiggle from his car. And let's see now, is there any sort of fight down towards Cops? Hank is going to try it, and I think Blackbone might just let him by here. Let's have a look. Yeah, Blackbone lets him by, just wants the turn in that he wants, but he still goes wide with that dirty air, and that's going to probably allow G. Benny, his teammate, to come up just a little bit more. Maybe he did DRS, you know, be quite close between the pair of them, but no, Blackbone, unfortunately for him, hasn't been able to do anything else. And look, Yanni, interestingly enough, we thought he was on a 2-stop strategy. Oh no, we thought he was on a 1-stop strategy, sorry. He's in the pit lane. So let's see how he goes in a minute. He's got realistically make sure that he's ahead of Wisburn by the end of things, or at the very least, if he's not ahead of Wisburn, at least be next to these two on track here. These both of these Red Bulls. It'd be quite imperative for him, because otherwise he'll be stuck behind quite a few cars here. Wolfie, G. Benny, and Blackbone are the main ones he does not want to come out behind. Let's have a look on the track map and here. Wolfie with a fast lap. He's trying everything he can. Yanni comes out. How close is he with Blackbone? It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for Yanni here. Other than maybe getting ahead of both of them, this is what he wanted. Blackbone here can't really make too much of a challenge on him either, as Baz Brains in the pit lane here for his 2-stop strategy. Wolfie also passed G. Benny there, so probably ascend into that turn, and there you go. Look now. Blackbone can't really make any inroads to Yanni here as he tries to warm up his tyres, and Yanni should be able to hold on to the back of these guys till the end of the race. But right now, Rose, this is the thing we've got to talk about here. We've seen 15 laps in hard tyres, and right now, Rose should be completely fine to make it to the end. I mean, I don't think there's any issues with this. I mean, he's on 6 hard tyres, so he's put them on the end of lap 11 onto lap 12. And that's 15 laps. We've seen our heads taking 15 laps. We've seen Wisdom taking 15 laps. And that's on higher fuel loads as well, mind you. So I think Rose has in the bag, unless there's any punctures or mistakes by the end of it. But anyway, Ben getting very close between him and Kodoi. Henson getting held up quite a bit there too, as I think Ben probably a little bit rude there in towards the entry to Cops. Didn't want a side-by-side moment at all, and yeah, holds on to that P9 spot at the minute. Kodoi as well, actually, is probably struggling a lot on his hard tyres. And Henson, fresh mediums, it's got to be very close between him and his teammate now. Will he let off for his teammate? No, he will not. He will fight that one still. Onto the inside goes Kodoi. Henson tries to find a grip around the outside. Oh, might be a little contact there. Not too sure if there's any damage for the cars at the minute. But right now, we're going to maybe see some potential moves being made here. Yanni very close to hitting the back of Hank here. Hank trying to cover him off, maybe. Tiny bit of contact once again between these guys. It's very close. And right now, I think Hank's just trying to help his teammate here. There's obviously, with that penalty, he's not be able to make too many moves up the front of the field. Yanni trying his best. But look at the difference in speed he's got between Hank and Wisburn there, and Yanni as well. We saw him catch up to Wisburn quite a lot there. But Yanni trying to find a move on the inside. It's going to be very close between the pair. But right now, Yanni cannot get past. Someone who can get past is Henson on Kodoi. You can see there, Kodoi with a massive snap on the rear. And right now, Wolfie past Blackbone now in towards Cops. Blackbone, unfortunately, with him down in another position here. Let's see any more fights going on at the minute. Yanni trying his best on the outside towards Magnus and Beckes. He's not able to make it work, but it's very close to the pair of them. And right now, we might even see even more close racing between all these guys. Because Wisburn right now, I mean, actually, to be fair, he's got a lot of battery. He should be fine. It's Hank and Yanni we should be really looking at here. Let's see if there can be any moves made towards Vale. Let's have a look now. I don't think anyone's really got a necessarily bad exit, so I think they'll be all okay for now. But yeah, Yanni getting quite close there on the entry. I had some penalty as well, but at least for him so far, it's not a DNF. Hopefully that has not jinxed him, because otherwise 3 DNFs in a row is pretty brutal. But look at this, Yanni around the outside, trying his down best. Hank leaving him absolutely no room at all. That was very close to the pair of them, but Hank obviously backing, thinking he'd back out, and Yanni did back out in the end of things. And Wolfie now getting closer and closer to these guys with more and more battery as well. Hank looks at a slight battery advantage here, and he does have a slight battery advantage. Let's see, is Wisman able to really help his teammate out here? Yes, he has. And once again, Wolfie closing up to these guys still. Blackburn probably a little bit too far back now. Yanni trying to figure out a move on the inside. He's got a little bit wayward on the curb, but that is him through, unless there's any sorts of things going on at the exit of this corner. Let's have a look. Wolfie close between the pair, close between the 3 of them. There's all sorts of movement going on here. Wolfie trying to go on the inside, trying to make a double pass. Hank on the track. Hank, unfortunately with him, loses 2 places in a sector. That was incredibly close to the pair of them. And Wolfie, look at the commitment he's got through these couple corners. He's really trying his best to push it for his move on Yanni. But he's got to think of it now here, as Yanni just nabbed CRS off the top car there of Wisburn. And Wolfie manages to make his move, at least on one of the cars there. By the end of it, it was Hank was the one he made the move on. And wow, this is getting very close at the front of the field. I want to watch some more of these lower battles here, but the next one that should be happening really is Henson and Ben, and that probably won't happen for at least another couple sectors, so we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Rosie out in front, 5 laps left. He's got this in the bag, I'm sure. He's still setting laps which are pretty damn good in a minute. No real sign of punctures either. And even if he did have a puncture, good lord, he could probably come out on fresh tyres and probably be quite a lot quicker with these guys, but we'll have to wait and see until the end of the race. Coda picks up penalty as well, and look at all this stuff going on here. Wisburn just completely breaking its off anyone there. No one taking the bait for that one, and Hank now is dropping back a little bit into the clutches of Blackbone, and Blackbone really, for himself actually, should be happy that this is happening, because he's at least got someone to fight who also has penalties. I mean, Blackbone's got a 10-second penalty, but, you know, we don't know how he's got that one. I'm assuming it's by speeding in the pit lane, which usually non-negotiable. But we'll have to wait and see how he got it anyway. Maybe it was for ignoring yellow flags. I do not know. Wolfie, though, wide at Cops. And right now, he's struggling to make any sort of inroads here on these top guys now. He's lost CRS advantage. And now Wisma really is the one who has the best advantage here on the freshest, or one of the fresher tyres. And yeah, definitely the quicker tyres as well, obviously. Medium tyres, even though they wear out quicker on this track, I think he's still on the quicker ones for the minute. Yanni, though, probably next lap or 2, will have the quicker tyres, and we'll need to start seeing some defensive driving here from Wisburn. But right now, he's doing a solid job here in P2, especially after starting what was last. So, yeah, doing pretty good so far, I have to say, for Wisburn. Yanni, though, looks to be very much pressuring him going towards turn 1 there. And our heads to Ben. Look at these two side by side here. Our heads trying to make the move on the inside. Ben tries to hang it round the outside. It turns to the inside there. Our Henson hangs it round the outside once again. I think he's going to make the move here. Leaves all the space in the world, just manages to pull the move off there, Henson, and he's going to get up there into P9 there. Is right now we're seeing Wisburn and Yanni go for the moves once again. Wisburn now actually might already have a slight time disadvantage here. Is Yanni really trying to make a move already? Wisburn still's got that ERS advantage though. He's got to remember that. He's got that advantage with his battery. He just needs to be careful on how he uses it and when he uses it, when he needs to recharge. It's a lot to focus on, but if he gets that done, then he should be in that good fight for P2. And he should stay there until the end of the race, unless there is anything going on, which should not go on in terms of crashes and stuff like that. Or maybe even track extending warnings. We don't know. But right now, looks to me that Yanni still wants to try and make a move here on this Red Bull, and we're going to see him close up, but not enough. Blackbone completely is fallen off from these guys now, though. Obviously, with testing a penalty as well. I don't know if he'll try and make a move into the pit lane, but no, Wolfie trying to make a move now on Yanni. Yanni, thankfully, was a lot further away, but maybe Blackbone here trying to wait for some sort of contact between these guys, because it could happen. It really can happen, as Hank has closed up properly to the back of these guys as well. Yanni getting closer and closer and closer. He's going to go to the inside here. Is it tight between him and Wisburn? Wisburn's almost forced on the track there. Wisburn just manages to hold on, though, by the end of it. But Yanni has got DRS, maybe a little bit less battery, but he's going to power pass on the outside. Wisburn has got the battery advantage, though, now, and he's going to be blinking here, Yanni. Has he got any chance to hold on to this space? Yes, he does. Now, Wisburn will have to be the one attacking here, unless there is any sort of attack from Wolfie before we go down towards Stowe, or maybe even Cops. Let's have a look. But Wisburn was a little bit wayward there. Definitely looks like he was almost on the gravel, and I think Wolfie is going to try his best to maybe make a little bit of a move. And right now, I don't think he's going to be using his battery, but he was closing further and further up there, as Hank looks to be a little bit off track, but I think he should be all okay with that one. He's already got that free sticker penalty, so right now, he'll be finishing last in the bunch, but yeah, right now, he's just going to be involved in this fight. Right now, look at that though, Wisburn going a little wide there, the mediums are dropping off quite a bit, and there you go, Wolfie trying to make his move now on the inside. It's going to be close to the pair once again, going towards Stowe, and I think Wolfie has just managed to make it work. Wisburn slightly up the track there, but I think you have to see the position to Wolfie now. He goes to the outside, trying to make some sort of move. He might try and go back on the inside though here. It's very close to the pair of them. He's got to be careful, and there is a little bit of contact between the pair of them, but right now I think that Wolfie just managed to save the car, and Wisburn just managed to save his front wing as well, and also position there of P4 in the end of things. Hank as well doing all right there. Yellow flags out there. I don't know who that is. I think that's Kodoy actually, who stopped the track. Yes, he has, as Zed Derry Henson still going for it at the minute. But yeah, not doing too bad so far here for Zed Derry and Henson. Both of them doing all right so far, but Henson's probably dropping off a bit now on their medium tyres. We'll have to see again who is going for moves right now. Right now, I think Wolfie, Wisburn, and Hank are the three that are making moves. But now there's only a couple laps left to do so. And yeah, to be fair, a couple of people may be making moves as well. We said Derry, Henson, already pointed them out, and they actually might be making a move right now here. There you go. Look, Henson's trying to go on the inside, and there's not a move made for the minute. And maybe actually for Ben and Baz. Ben actually doing a solid race. At least there's a tyre management here. I think he's going to be doing 16 or 17 laps on them hard tyres. Same with G. Benny, actually. He had a good qualifying, but you know what? He's doing pretty damn good in the race as well. 15 laps on the hard tyres. If those tyres don't blow up, he is laughing right now at that P8 spot, and probably will finish ahead of his teammate too, because obviously he has that 10-second penalty. So pretty well done from G. Benny and Blackbone. I mean, I guess both of them doing pretty well, but yeah, G. Benny, I think, more so here. Once again, as long as the tyres don't go pop, I think he'll be very happy with the race that he's driven, with the qualifying that he's had, with everything that he's had, in fact. G. Benny should be pretty happy with that one, and I think he'll be on track for a P7 finish. Baz gets past Ben, though, and I think that might be a puncture, in fact. I don't know. That looked very slow for Ben. I'm not seeing any issues there. It'll be double front lockup, though. That's not going to do any good for the tyres. I think he's all okay still, but he definitely looks like he's dropping quite a few positions now and definitely dropping a lot of time between everyone. But yeah, right now, I think the person we got to very quickly focus on, Rose. I mean, I said he was going to be doing a pretty quick and easy race, but probably wasn't easy in terms of tyre management. But he's not really seen anyone after some people have done a two-stop. He's not seen a single soul. And yeah, I think it quite realistically tells you what the best strategy was. It's the one-stop. Like, you can tell me that, Wisburn over here has been dropping time to the guys out in front. But remember, he started at the back of the grid. Yellow flag, though. What has happened here? I don't know what's happened. Is it Blackburn has had a little bit of an issue? No, it might be Kodoy, actually. Yeah, it's Kodoy. Oh, what's happened? Oh, has he got... No, I don't think he's got no fuel. No, I think he's letting people by. In fact, yeah, I think he is. And there you go, look, G. Benny goes past. He actually might be warming up here for a qualifying lap. But yeah, Rosie, on the final lap of the race, Kodoy Briggs is trying to snag the fastest lap at the end of this race. What is his fast lap in a minute, in fact? Fast lap of 30.0. I think he'd be able to beat a 28.6 from Wolfie. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. But anyway, Rosie on the final lap, doing great in a minute. He's got no issues. Right now, though, someone who has got issues, Wisburn, looks to me, he's been passed by Hank. I don't know why. Maybe there's a planned pass, but Wisburn obviously probably struggling on the medium tyres now, and it might have just been just to make sure that he's all safe from the cars ahead and behind here. He knows he can drop a couple seconds to Hank as well if he needs to, but he's going quite slowly, in fact. Is that a puncture in his front left? It looks pretty bad there, his front left. I don't think it's punctured just yet, but it's going to be probably getting to that stage where he'll be having to really take care of his tyres. And he's got to watch out Blackburn behind as well. If there is a puncture, he'll be susceptible to Blackburn, to Pablos, maybe even to G. Benny, depending on how much time he loses. Right now, though, other moves are still being made down the back of the field. Look at Henson and Basco. Don't think anything's being made here, though, as Kodoy's in the middle of them. But right now, it's really distant cut to Rose here, as he's miles ahead of the field, 15 seconds on the one-stop. He takes a dominant win here at Silverstone. Brilliant stuff from him. Yanni with a P2 on the two-stop. Lovely stuff from him as well. Wolfie in P3 as well. Looks to have got that podium secured. And actually, I think keeps up his 100% podium rate in this season. Lovely stuff from Yanni. He comes across the line P2. Wolfie P3. Walter gets a penalty for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, Hank there in P4. When he drops to Wisburn, actually, Wisburn's losing a lot of time. I don't know if he had any sort of issues with his tyres. He must have. He has to be very careful on them, and he's actually dropped behind him in the end. Pablo takes P6, Blackburn P7, G. Benny P8. Is there still fight going on the track? I don't think there is anymore, as these guys I think have really started to calm down. G. Benny with a spin across the line with a puncture. He's been very lucky to get that one there, not anywhere else. Said Derry goes into P9. Would he be used up by Baz? He will. And our Henson potentially? He will as well. Kind of retired from the session. Did he get the fast lap at the end? He did not. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he span on the lap that he had. But yeah, it looks to be a pretty chill ending here. No crazy amount of fights or anything else like that. Carl below across the line. He takes P13. And Jeremy Staff at least will score a point by the end of this race. He's done all right, in all fairness, but I think after a lap one spin, there was nothing else he really could do in the end. Unfortunately for Jerry Saff, but he will come across the line and he will be all okay now. G. Penny, unfortunately for him, he's got an Aston Martin stuck in the side of the Hamilton straight, and he will still be damn happy with a P8 in the end of things, but yeah, he's got that punch at the right time, I think. And I think a lot of people probably have some very bad tyre wear by the end of things. But, yeah, Rose, incredible win from him. Yanni in P2, Wolfie P3. Brilliant stuff. All from their top three drivers, including other people as well. Hank as well. Maybe some... Oh, my goodness, pardon. Sorry. Maybe some contact between Hank and Wolfie as well. Wisper as well, on that one-stop strategy. Probably took me a little bit too long, but he'll still be happy with P5. And yeah, I think that's Pablos as well, actually. In fact, he was last, I think, on the grid too. He climbed up to P6 in the end, and there you go. Driver day, according to this, is Wisburn with the most overtakes as well. And fast lap still is Wolfie's. I think it's actually 4 for 4 on fastest laps for the Sauber driver. But Rose here, I think, takes his second win or third win of the season. Yanni in P2 by the end of things. Wolfie P3 finishes where he qualifies, but with the fast lap as well, he gets that extra point. Hank in P4, Wisburn, lovely recovery of him. Same with Pablos here, as they both share P5 and P6. Blackburn P7 and Cheap Eddie P8 both together with the Astons there, as Baz Brains P9, Fencer Henson for that P10, who's actually finishes P10, Zed Derry P11, Ben P12, Cole Pillar P13, Jerry Sapp, the last point scorers, Wilson, the only driver to be lapped fully in the end and actually see the checker flag, but Kodoi, unfortunately, I don't think he saw the checker flag. He was up twice, and our only DNF in the end of things, I believe, was Kadom. I think it was. Was it Kadom? I actually don't know. I think it was Kadom. I think it was Kadom. If it's not, I'll be very annoyed. But yeah, guess speeding a bit late still counts as puncture. Yeah, it does count a puncture, Blackburn, because you will need to speed. You will need speed to be 37 mile an hour. That is what happens, or at least 50 kilometers, I think, in the game, 1 or 2. But yeah, that has been our round 4. We will see you next week for Spa round 5, and from there we'll have a 2-week break. Obviously, because we'll otherwise have races on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Both of us are going to be attracting many drivers by the end of things. But yeah, we'll be back, and that'll be next week, 17th at Spa. And then from there, it'll be Monza, Austin, Interlagos, Las Vegas, and Yas Arena to start the new year and finish on the 4th of February. I'm Miss Cookie. This has been BRL Season 14, Round 4 here at Silverstone. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.